I think we grew a lot from that Ortega fight. I know that even Zombie wanted to wrestle Ortega, and the whole coaching staff was completely against it. We didn't want to, test the jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. But this fight, we said, we're just going to open up everything. I think his ground game super underrated. But you saw he received his black belt by Santino DeFranco. And then his wrestling's so good. Captain Eric, he was kept on saying in Korean, he's like, trust your wrestling, trust your wrestling. And it's exactly what he did. So
I got to ask about the shoulder in the first round. Like, obviously you could see it on the broadcast. Did you know his shoulder was out like early in the fight?
No, he didn't tell me. I kept on asking, is everything good? Because I saw him shaking his arm. I was telling him to raise his hand and do a few other things with the check hook and more jabs. But later he told me after the fight that I think it was the first or second, went for a takedown and he took his back and he felt his shoulder pop in and out. And then, from there, he's like, my jab slowed down, my check hook, and, he can raise his arm. So it definitely took a toll in the fight. But, he's so tough. He just kind of weathered through it. He's getting an MRI. He got an MRI today. He's going to go see another specialist. They think it's a slight tear, but it was the same shoulder. We had my shoulder popped out against Aldo, I believe. And so I think it popped in and out, and then he might have tore a muscle or something in there, a slight tear. So we'll find out today. He's going to another doc today, and hopefully everything's good, and he'll get back to training again.
When would you like to see him back in there? Do you want to see him get one more in this year, or what sort of, you're thinking at this point?
I always want him back in there, especially he's had so many, after the Yair fight, he had a broken orbital. He took some time to recover from that, and then after the during Frankie camp, he had double vision, so he had to get eye surgery for that. And it's just been one thing after another where he hasn't been able to do, 3 fights in a year or something consistently. So, ideally, I want him to be on standby if something happens to Ortega where he can kind of jump in or potentially fight Max Holloway. Those are our 2 targets. I know during the post-conference, he was already saying that Holloway has no power. He has power.
Yeah, I saw that.
that was really surprising because I just explained. I translated the question in Korean, and he just blurted it out in English, and I was like, "Oh wow!" So, but I know that it wasn't anything like it sounded like trash talking, but he really respects Holloway. He wants to fight him because he loves his style and as a fighter, but. I know he wants a title shot. It would mean so much to him. He's been in the sport so long, and it'd be something special for him to get a title shot and be potentially the first Korean to ever win a UFC belt.
Well, it's the ranks? Volkanovski's obviously the champ, and then is Ortega 1?
Ortega's 2, 3 is Yair Rodriguez.
Okay, and then Koreans 4, right?
Which I mean, I understand that Yair beat Zombie with the 1 second left, but. He's been so inactive. I don't know how he stays 3 in the rankings.
Yeah.
He fought Stevens
October 2019, because I was at that fight, UFC Boston.
And then before that was Zombie's fight, right? So he's fought once in 3-4 years. I mean, I just don't understand how he can stay that high up in the rankings. But during the camp, we actually said that if all goes well, if there's not much injuries or damage, that he would come back, hopefully, and then just start training again and then kind of see what happens.